Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I am going to review Choushinsei Flashman. Well, it is written as Choushinsei Flashman, but I'm going to say the way it's pronounced. Now, this is the 10th Super Sentai series, and it consists of 51 episodes. No, 50, sorry. Yes, and two movies. And what's special about this series is that, Furashuman aired made its debut the same year I was born, 1986. So every Super Sentai series I am going to review from now on will be from after I was born. Now, the first episode starts when an evil organization called the let's see, oh yes, Kaisui Jinken Tegaku Mesu, which means oh yes, Great Experimental Empire Mess, but I'm going to say MESU for short. And they were, yes, invading Earth. No, the leader of MESU is this being called, yes, oh, Daide Rasu. And yeah, he's the leader, and now his subjects are a man named, oh yes, Dai Hakase Ri Gifrun, a woman named, oh yes, Rei Nafura, a man named Rewanda, this creature called Rei Karus, a wolf-like woman called, yes, Rei Ruku, and a cat-like woman called Rei Kirito. Oh, also an interesting thing about the actress who plays Nefuru, she is also the same actress who played Rei Tashibana, aka Taina Pinku from Gogoku Sentai Dynaman. Now, the foot soldiers of Mesu are called Soros, and they are these red insect-like creatures with green eyes. Let's see. No. Well, that was well, the invasion was happening in another part of the universe called the Furashu system, which is well, a group of 5 planets, and each of the planets are a different color from the other. I'll get to that later. Now, on the yellow planet, there was this woman named Sarah, and a man flying this vehicle. His name is Dai, and he picked her up to go somewhere and join others. On the pink planet, we meet a woman named Ru, and she was picked up by a man named Boone. And then the 4 people met up with a man named Jin. And all 5 were on the way to go to Earth. You see, they were from Earth, but they were raised on the Flashy system. And oh yes, as they were leaving, these 2 aliens who raised them, well, they were told not to leave because due to the claim that they're not ready. And well, the 5 people, they were grateful for all those aliens did for them, but um, the the group decided to go to Earth anyway because they believe it was time for them to return home. Uh, a bit later afterwards, well, they started to Mesu started to send the first monster. Now, the monsters of this series are called Yusenshi, which means peace warriors. Eventually, the Furashuman arrived on Earth, or as they say in Japan, Shikyu, and yeah, and finally met up with the forces of Mesu and started to fight them in their civilian forms. Of course, as you know, things were getting really hard for them. They decided to henshin, and how they henshin is they use these things under devices under bridge called the prism flash, and they activate it by yelling it out. Now, Jin's henshin form is a red costume with the arm parts being white. Uh, oh yes, white gloves, white boots, red wristbands, a red helmet with a black visor and a silver mouthpiece, and on his helmet is a in his helmet is a prism. Now, oh yes, Boone's henshin form is a blue costume with the arm parts being white gloves, white boots, blue wristbands, a blue helmet with a black visor, silver mouthpiece, and oh yes, and his helmet is also a prism. Now, his henshin form is a green costume with the arm parts being white gloves, white boots, green arm braces, a green helmet with a black visor, silver mouthpiece, also a prism inside the helmet. Sarah's henshin form is a yellow costume with arms and leg parts being white gloves, white boots, yellow wristbands, a yellow helmet with a black visor, silver mouthpiece, and also a prism inside the helmet. And Rue's henshin form is a pink costume with the arms and legs parts being white gloves, white boots, pink wristbands, black visor, silver mouthpiece, and also a prism inside her helmet. And together, the five are Choushinsei Flashman, which means supernova flashman. Oh, and also, when they henshin, they also say Shoto Kokurus to close the fighters. And then they start to fight the Yusenshis and the other forces of Metsus. I should mention that, oh yes, forgot to mention the code names. For Jin, he is Red to Fresh. Boone is Blue Fresh. Oh yes, Dai is Green Fresh. Sarah is Yellow Fresh, and Rue is Pinku Fresh. Now, yes, and as to Furashuman, they have different abilities and weapons. And Dai, as Fresh Green, he has like these giant boxing gloves, and Rue as Pinku Fresh, she has this she gains these like big boots when she's flying over to attack an enemy. And then eventually, the Furashuman, they call on their final weapon called the Roaring Burrican, which is like a cannon made out of different rifles, and then they activate it and use it on the Yusenshi. And well, what the Roaring Burrican does, it shoots off five different beams, and each of the beams are a different. Oh yes, are a color of each of the Furashuman. So they come in red, blue, pink, green, and yellow. Oh, I forgot to mention that the way I use Senshi is created is that Rick Gilfran, he uses this thing called a genetic synthesizer, and well, it's his keyboard-like item, and he uh, he plays it like an organ. I could say piano, but um, it sounds more like an organ. Let's see. Oh yes, I forgot to mention in the same episode, the Furashuman uh, enter this space, which is from the Furashu system that arrive on Earth, and well, inside they met up with this robot. Of course, when they first met the robot, it well, he attacked the Furashuman. Yeah, it's like see them as intruders. Eventually, the Furashuman quickly, got control over him. But anyway, in the next episode, we learn more about the Furashuman's past. And what happened was that 20 years before the events of the first episode, in the year 1966, well, a group called the Aryan Hunters, which means alien hunters, they came to Earth to attack attack five children, and yes, three boys and two girls. One of them was 3 years old, and that was Shin. He's the oldest, so his memory is the strongest, but it's a little bit fuzzy. And he was 3 at the time, and the rest were are younger than him, mostly infants. When they were abducted. Of course, two aliens from the Furashu system. Well, they managed to save the babies, the children, and raise them on each planet of the Furashu system. And I'll get more about that later. Now let's see. Rick Gifford, he discovered a way to make the Yusenshi stronger, and well, first he used the DNA of a jellyfish, and that jellyfish became a creature called Kragen, and I'll get more about him later. Now, once again, the robot was attacking the Furashuman, but they had to subdue it again. But let's see. Anyway, the Furashuman went to another battle. Of course, they were it was harder this time around. And also, during that time, oh yes, they did talk more about their past, and they talk about you see what happened was that after they were rescued as children, each were raised on different planets of the Furashu system. Now, Jin, he was raised on the main planet, Red Star. Boone, he was raised on Blue Star. See, oh yes, Dai, he was raised on Green Star. Sarah, she was raised on Yellow Star. And Ru, she was raised on Pinku Star. And on each of those planets, not only were they raised, but they also trained so they can be ready to protect Earth from Mesu and hopefully one day find their biological families. Now, eventually, the Frenchman went back to the base to try to figure things out. Of course, again, the robot attacked. However, one of them found a disc and they inserted it inside the robot. And well, the robot he didn't attack this time. Instead, that well, he knew their names and let them know about what's going on. And well, the robot he told them to go inside this giant vehicle called the oh yes, Star Condor. And yes, the freshman went in their henshin form, and also oh no, not yet. Later on, they went back to attack the to fight the Yusenshi, and then the jellyfish Kraken was called, or the giant jellyfish appeared in gigantic form. Oh no, before that, yes, the freshman they used the rowing port again, and when that happened, Kraken was called, and it made the Yusenshi become gigantic, and afterwards, the Kraken became shrunk back to the size of a jellyfish, and to Furashuman, they go on the Star Condor, and as they got in, well, the Star Condor opened up and revealed three vehicles. The first one is called the Tanku Commando, which is piloted by, oh yes, Red to Fresh. Then the next one is a jet called the Yetu Trida, which is piloted by Green Fresh and Yellow Fresh. And the final one is another airplane called the Jetosika, and it is piloted by, oh yes, Blue Fresh and Green Fresh. And when they combine together, or katai, they become the Furashu Kingu. And which is the giant robot of the series, or at least the first one of the series. And oh yeah, and then eventually also the Furashu Kingu has like a shield and this weapon called the Cosmic Swordo, which means cosmic sword. And yes, the Furashuman pilots the Furashu Kingu to fight the Yusenshi. And then they use their final attack of it called the Supernova Thresh, which means Supernova Flash. And that's how they defeat every Yusenshi and well, not during the Dynasty, but during the majority of the series, that's how they use. But anyway, after the battle, they met up with a robot, the small one. I forgot it's a small white robot, and yeah, it congratulated the freshman on the victory, and then he was asked his name, and well, the robot said that his name is Magu. Now, episodes later, to Furashuman meet this man named, oh yes, Tokimura Hakase. He is a scientist who built a time machine, and the reason for it is because, well, because 20 years before he said he had a son who was kidnapped. However, his wife Suzuko, she doesn't remember ever having a son. Oh, I forgot. Oh yes, and also both the doctor and his wife have two daughters named Garori and Midori. Now, when the freshman met the doctor and heard his story, then it could be the possibility that Jin, Tai, or Boon is or the missing son. One of them is. Of course, the time machine wasn't working properly, and well, Tokimura Hakase couldn't well see. Oh yeah, we get to work properly, but he didn't give up and will continue to find answers to his once they find his missing son. Now, episodes later, well, oh, I forgot me. There is this movie. This is like between episode 2 and 3. I think it's in it's more like yes, and like not any episodes, but within an extra minute. And then we move to another story arc. Oh no, before that, well, Dai, he met up with this young girl, and well, he has some kind of he experienced some kind of connection with her, and well, he believes that that girl is his sister. Yeah, I think I forgot her name, but anyway, later on, oh yeah, there's another story arc where what happened was that well, oh yes, something happened that well, during a battle there was or maybe it was an earthquake, but well, during the battle the Flash had well the Furashu Kinku became badly damaged, and well, the Furashu couldn't use it. And then after that happened, well, there came this giant tractor-like trailer, and it is called the Furashu Titan, and the one piloting it is called Ray Baraki. Now, when Mesu found out about that, they wanted to get rid of him because, well, they claimed of him to be a mistake. Now, Baraki, he told the Furashuman that he was part of Mesu, but what happened was that 100 years before, which I assume is 1886, well, he met with a Thrashing known as Hero Titan. And well, at first they fought together, but then, when Baraki was badly hurt, well, Titan, he helped him. When Baraki asked why he's helping, well, Titan told him that, well, I think it was like all of his important or something like that, and told Baraki that when the time comes, people to give the Cradle Titan to brave warriors to help them protect Earth. Eventually, well, Baraki was attacked by Mesu, and then, well, when he was about to die, well, before he died, well, he told Jin that those who were raised on the Furashu system has a weakness. But before he could, however, he died before he could tell, he could get a chance to tell Jin what that weakness is. And so, well, anyway, eventually, the Furashuman used the Furashu Titan, and well, the trailer part of the Fresh Titan reveals to be a like oh no, the front um the other part is like a becomes a this other giant robot called Titan Boy. Not as big as Fresh Kinku, but it does help. And then eventually the Furashu Titan no the other part of the Furashu Titan gets goes up, and with a data point inside it, it becomes the Creator Titan. And its final attack is called the Titan Nova. And what it does is shoots beams from its chest. And that's how it defeats Yusenshi every time it's being used. Now, a few episodes afterwards, the Fresher Kingu was finally repaired, and let's see. Oh, yes, the Freshmen can use it again, whenever they decide to. Now, we have another episode where you meet a new villain. His name is Sakura, and he is the leader of the Aryan Hunters. And let's see. And it was revealed that he is the one who led the mission of having the Furashuman being adopted as children. And to many episodes afterwards, to many episodes afterwards, the Furashuman demanded to know who the parents are, but Sakura wouldn't say, or he refused to. Uh, Episode later, we meet another area hunter called, I mean, was that Gondor or something like that? I forgot, but yes. Anyway, uh, episodes afterwards, the girl I mentioned who Tai claims to believe is his sister. Well, it's believed that she wasn't his sister at all. You see, she was actually a ghost, and what happened was that when she died, her mother buried her along with this green rock, and turns out that the green rock is from the green star, which explains why Tai has a connection with her, and that she's a spirit. But then eventually, she was finally able to cross over and finally be in heaven. I'll see. Episodes after that, oh yes, there was an episode where Tai he was changed into a child, and then Tsuko came in to help out, so telling him that she's his mother or Okasan, and well, and then during a battle, Suzuki she was attacked, but eventually she survived, and then after she oh yes, finally got to get out of the hospital, or as they say in Japan, Bujin, or what's the Bujin, well, whatever. Anyway, she said that she has like her memory of she regained some kind of memory about the missing child. Of course, it wasn't a son who that they lost to the Aryan hunters, but it was a daughter, meaning that it was either so it was either meaning that one of their missing children is either Ru or Sarah, and yes, now let's see, some a few episodes later, oh yes, Well, Rick Girlfriend found a way to make energy exchange phenomena stronger than the ones before, and what it does is to make well, first what he did, well, not just make it stronger, but also to make a the main subjects into monstrous creatures with Wanda, Nefra, Uruku, and Kurudu. And then eventually another extension was created, and well, its purpose was to eat an area hunter in order to become stronger. And when Sakura he learned about this, well, he couldn't stand it. Well, for him, that was the last straw, and decided to do his part to put an end to Mesu once and for all. And well, it took some episodes, but anyway, as we get closer to the end, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that before that happened, well, the Furashuman were losing the powers, only it turns out because of the Furashu system's alignment. But once that alignment was over, it the power was back on. Now, after the film was Sakura, uh, well, it turns out that the alignment thing wasn't the weakness that Baraki was talking about, but what happened was that, well, for one thing, they weren't able to touch living things. And according to Maku's calculations, well, the Furashuman had 8 days to live. I mean, 8 days, well, to leave Earth before they die. And well, because well, the only way for them to survive is they have to go back to the Furashu system, but they well couldn't until Mesu is finally defeated. And as the series was getting closer to the end, each of the main subjects were being destroyed by Freshmen one by one, but also oh yes but also those same episodes the freshmen weren't able to survive because actually they couldn't drink water, and the heat of the sun was becoming unbearable to them. And well, Sakura he yes, getting closer to the final episode, and well, he took Sarah with him to this place, and that's where Sarah learned that she is the daughter of the Tumikuras. Of course, Sarah, she didn't feel right leaving Earth with the others, knowing that she's the only one who found her real family. Now, eventually, as Mesu will be revealed, see, oh yes, Radu's true form, and he started to become gigantic. And well, the Furashuman used I don't remember if it was the Fresher Ginku or the Fresher Titan, but yeah, he was defeated. And then, of course, he didn't really die. Like a piece of his mask was showed that it's a thing. But anyway, well, the Furashman went into the Mesu base, and Nefura, where she eventually called the girlfriend father or Odosan, since she was a creation of his. And oh, I forgot to mention that before that happened, Radus he told the girlfriend that he he's actually from Earth. And well, girlfriend, he couldn't, he refused to believe it. But what happened was that, well, he was kidnapped as a baby from Earth 500 years before. Guess it was 1686. And things, yeah, he was raised by Redus, and I guess things were done to him so he could stay alive for that long. And then, as we get to the final, battle with Gifran, well, eventually, Sarah did her part because she learned from Sakura on how to defeat, how to put an end to it, and before Sakura died, and then yes, the base was found destroyed, and the fisherman got out in time. Of course, Radus came back since he wasn't a. But the Furashuman, they had one last battle with him, and he was finally destroyed. And yes, of course, because there were a few hours left, or a few minutes for them to leave Earth before the entire planet can poison them to death. So but of course, Sarah, she wished she could go to Kimura's Bellwood, and oh, and also she told the others about she's being her fun and her family, and well, they were glad that at least one of them found who the real family is, and then uh and I think it was yes Star Condor, I think it was, and then finally they left Earth's orbit, and looking at the planet, but they promised to return to Earth someday, and use the science of the Furashu system to help with the anti-flash phenomenon. I forgot to mention that what it was called, and yes, and also there were scenes showing off things that happened during the series, clips, or montage, and well, afterwards the Furashuman were on the way back to Furashu, and that was the end of Choushinsei Flashman. Now, what I think about this series? Yes, there were some good battles and funny moments, and yeah, it was still not a bit dark as Changeman was, but it was a little bit dark as well, and yeah, I think it was alright. And as for if it's somebody for children to watch this, I don't recommend it because one of the episodes have a certain thing. I won't say what it is, but yes, it's not something kids should watch, and or they should not be in any TV shows or movies, no matter what the age group is. But of course, in Japan, standards for what can not be shown in television is different over there. But maybe if the people who made Furashuman knew what was gonna be pushed towards children someday, maybe they wouldn't make such a scene in the first place. But I guess we'll never know. So, anyway, I think that's all I can say about Choushinsei Flashman in this video. And also, please subscribe to my channel because it will help me a lot. And also, please share this video on social media like Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. So, that's it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.